Welcome to episode 1 of the KBA, which is the NBA reset. If you don't know, 2K My League has eras, and we are going all the way back to the earliest era we can. If you see in that right corner, it says October 29th, 1983, and we are going to rewrite NBA history, making it not really the NBA. It's the KBA. Keith Bass, obviously, is my name. So we are taking control of every team, and we are just we are simulating, we are observing, we are doing whatever. If we get to trade deadlines, we can make trades. I have trade approval on, so I can approve and decline trades. But I mean, we're in the Magic and Bird era. I mean, Larry Bird 97, Moses Malone 95, Magic 95, Kareem. We are in 83. And if you don't know, what you should know, that 1984 draft. And who's in the 1984 draft? This guy, Michael Jordan, Akeem at the time, Akeem Olajuwon, John Stockton, Otis Thorpe, Sam Perkins, and everything. We are going to rewrite NBA history. If you go to league history, you go to NBA records, and you look at for a career, LeBron's not the leading scorer. LeBron's not here yet. Wilt Chamberlain is the number one leading scorer, with Kareem close behind. Elvin Hayes is number 3. Oscar Robertson, Havlicek, so on and so forth. We are going to rewrite history. We're going to use all the draft classes for the right year and everything. And we are just going to observe. Everything is on fully automatic. Teams do whatever they want. They don't have untouchables because I just did it. But, I mean, if you want to, let's take a look around the league. We've got the Philadelphia 76ers, who had a very good start to this era before the Celtics and Lakers took over. Moses Malone's a dog. He is currently a one-time champion and a 3-time NBA MVP. Dr. J is here. He's a little old, but he's a champion as well. Milwaukee Bucks, Sidney Moncrief, and Marquez Johnson. Currently, 26-year-old. They have a mix of young guys, but they got some old guys like Nate Archibald, everything like that. Washington Bullets, the third team. Relative, not that great of a team. They just got out of their like Elvin Hayes time, and these first few years we're kind of gonna get through a little quick, just because if you can see, these rosters are not like all the way complete. They maybe have like 4 or 5 players, and then it's just like 60 overalls that didn't really exist. Like Rick Mahorn's a real guy, Jeff Malone's a real guy, but I mean, like Dino Russell, you know what I'm saying. So the Bulls, not a great team, pretty young team. Obviously, we know not a great team because of what happened in real life. We'll see how that goes. I also turned off previously traded draft picks. So again, everyone has their own pick as of today. There's no teams that have 2 picks unless they trade for whatever. Cleveland, not a very good team either. World Be Free, one of the craziest pictures, one of the craziest names in NBA history. And look at the contracts. You guys got to remember the time we're in. 4 years, $2.7 million as an 83 overall. Different times. And then we've got this team. Larry Bird, Robert Parrish, Kevin McHale, Dennis Johnson. These guys currently are Larry is a one-time champion. They end up winning in 84 and 86. Obviously, the whole Laker kind of rivalry comes back in this time. We got some other studs like Dennis Johnson, Gerald Henderson's on this team, Danny Ainge. We got the current Utah Jazz GM. This is obviously one of the most dangerous teams here. The Clippers, San Diego Clippers, Terry Cummings, Bill Walton is here. That's something I don't know if I knew Bill Walton was on this team, but Bill Walton, a former MVP, former NBA champion. Probably won't get that second one with Boston unless some crazy things happen, but not a great team. Dominique Wilkins, youngin, he was just first team all rookie, so this is his second season. Yeah, second year. We got Doc Rivers, current NBA coach. And we got again not a lot of full teams. We're kind of going to go through this quick. Adrian Dantley. I mean, look at these. Look at this, man. If you don't know anything about Adrian Dantley, go do your Googles. Go look up some basketball reference. This guy was a bucket. Um, Team's not very good though. They got a young-ish Mark Eaton. This is his second year, but he's 26. Obviously he plays in the 90s and stuff too. We'll see if he gets there. King's not very good. Um, Nothing to really talk about there. Bernard King, another bucket. If you don't know anything about Bernard King, go do your homework. Truck Robinson, 6'7" power forward. And then we've got the other team, right? Magic, Kareem. Kareem's an oldie, but Kareem is probably gonna not probably he's gonna get that all-time scoring record. A 6-time MVP. He's only a 3-time champion. Who knows? Does he end up as being a GOAT for the long time? But I mean, James Worthy, Jamal Wilkes, even Bob McAdoo, former MVP down here. So great team. Mavericks look all right. Rolando Blackman, Mark Aguirre. Um, can't imagine they'll do too much damage. Same with this team. Relatively young team, I would say. Daryl Dawkins, young guy there. Alex English, another guy who, man, if you don't know anything about Alex English, I hope these stats are correct. I know, are really accurate. I don't know if they are or not. They are accurate. Perfect. Clark Kellogg, Herb Williams, Jerry Seasting. This guy ended up being a Celtic, I believe. Another team that at the end of the '80s, start of the '90s, this was the team. This was the team. They won 2 in a row. This team obviously not very good. Ralph Sampson. This is his rookie year. 7'4" demon. We know that they didn't end up being great. George Gervin, Artis Gilmore. Yup. Walter Davis on the Phoenix Suns. Jack Sikma and the Seattle Supersonics. David Thompson. I believe he also averaged 30 in his career at some point. Portland, again, not a great team. We know that they infamously passed up Michael Jordan in the draft. The young Clyde Drexler, rookie year Clyde. Golden State doesn't look too amazing either. Sleepy Floyd's here and some of the guys. Purvis Short, Joe Barry Carroll. And that's it. That is the current landscape of basketball right now. I can't say the NBA, the KBA. Let's simulate to about December. We'll see how things are going. Wow, look how fast it's going. I don't even need to edit this out. We're already here. Philly is 12-4, third in the conference, third in the power ranking. The 2 teams above them makes sense. This is kind of the playoff picture. Remember, no play-in. This is the '80s. This is not 2025. So let's see some of the West. Lakers are 12-4. Utah's pretty good. Look at that. You get the newspaper. You don't get social media in 1980. You get the newspaper. That's awesome. That's awesome that they implement some things like that. But I mean, the season is still 82 games, so I think the trade deadline is this is contract deadline. Trade deadline is normally like the second week of February. But let's get to All-Star. Again, we're not gonna their injuries are on, everything like that, but we are not gonna obviously see things like that because I have it on just because I have it on automatic, so teams will take care of it when they happen. But our first trade, the Knicks get an 88 first round pick and Greavy, I believe that's an auto generated player, and the Bucks receive Truck Robinson. I mean, again, I'm not really here to tell a team that they can't trade a first round pick. I'm just here so we can kind of see. Now, if it's ridiculous where they're like, yeah, here, Moses Malone for us 82 overall and a first round pick, I'm gonna say no. Like, but I'm not really here to tell teams what they can or can't do when it's trades like this. It just again to see if who does what. Um, Again, not every episode is going to be as in depth and as whatever. But this is the first episode, so I'm just going to show you how things go. We're probably gonna do. We might do our first season or so, but we are at the trade deadline. Um, We're gonna take a look around the league. Let's look at the standings. Lakers are 33-5. Denver is not really a close second, but they're second nonetheless. Portland, kind of good. Clyde must be marking. No, it's not even a Clyde thing. Calvin Nat. They're just kind of doing it well-rounded. Fat Lever, another. I can't believe I missed him when we were looking at the rosters. But they're having a good season unexpectedly. Down at the bottom, Golden State. Yeah, again, team's not very good. Looks like they're going through some injuries, unless maybe they don't. Maybe they just don't have a four. Spurs not good either. George Gervin, one of the better players in the league. He's averaging a smooth 27 points per game. But the team's just not good, even though they've got some relatively higher overalls. Artis Gilmore, one of the bigger players in the league currently, but and then Kansas City, Seattle, not great. Let's look at the East. Boston, man, look at this: 33-5 Lakers. 33. This was when they're. You want to talk about how you like parity in the current NBA? Good thing you weren't a part of the 80s because this is how it was, man. I mean, Detroit is closer than the second seed out west, but I mean, 33-6 is just crazy. Philly's still good, Pistons good. The Bucks, they made that trade, trading away a first for did they get Truck? Yeah, they got Truck Robinson, who's a pretty good rebounder, 6'7". Again, I don't know a lot. I'm not an NBA historian, so I don't know every player like I do in current NBA. But Washington, not good. Yeah, we could have told you that. Jeff, hey, this man is having a great season because he's playing 38 minutes a game on the worst team in the league. Chicago, gonna be at the bottom of that lottery. We know what happens. We know what happened in real life. And obviously, this is one thing I was going to show you guys as well, but obviously, this is not 2025. There's not 30 teams. There's 24, I believe that is, or 23 teams in the league. There's not 30 yet. I mean, we'll get there. It happens at some point. I will show you guys the new rules and league changes when we get there, but I'm going to do my due diligence, look at some team intel, and see if some teams should make some trades. And I will be back when I have made those trades. I'm back. So something that I honestly wasn't really expecting. No teams really had people they wanted to trade. I went to team intel. I went to teams once. And obviously teams want players, but they want like 85 overalls and up because that's really all there is in the NBA. And believe it or not, an 85 overall in this time is like a 92 in current NBA. So I'm not going to be able to make really trades because, again, most teams really only have 5 or 6 real players. So me doing trades manually is going to be rough the first couple of years. So we might not get many manually from me, but we are getting a couple CPU trades here and there. So I'm going to sim through this and see who our all-stars are. Let's go to league news. Let's look at some injuries first. Jim Paxson, any like big time? Not really, at least up top. I mean, maybe there are big declines, but not really too many big overalls. It doesn't seem like any of our star players are really out. I guess James Donaldson's the best player that's out, and he's day to day and he's recovering. So he's going to be back anytime now. Jim Paxson, actually, that's a pretty big loss for a Portland team that was playing good. So that's actually the biggest injury that we have so far, because it says he's an 85 overall typically, but he's hurt, so he's a 77, and he's out 8 to 10 weeks, which not fun. We don't really need to look at transaction report because we saw the 2 trades that happened. Let's take a peek at some all-star voting. This isn't who necessarily made the all-star teams, but so we got Western Conference backcourt. Magic is leading that by a mile. Then we got George Gervin, Alex English. You can look at the name. Sleepy Floyd and Daryl Griffith are down here. I know I'm blocking that, so I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this, because it's either I have it like this where it's more full screen, or I make it like this where it's small screen and I take up more room. But I think it's better with me blocking, and I'll just tell you what's down here. But that's the Western Conference backcourt. Front court, both the Lakers leading the charge. Ralph Sampson as a rookie. Obviously, Purvis Short and Adrian Dantley and Dan Issel are the bottom 3 here. Now let's go to the East. We got Isaiah leading that, averaging 22 and 10. Sidney Moncrief, Worldby Freeze here. Worldby Freeze, one of the players I was debating on trading because he's 30. He's on a Cavs team that's not very good, but again, it's hard to trade for a valuable guy like that. So, and then at the bottom here, we got John Long, Johnny Davis, and then Dennis Johnson. And then if we go to front court, Larry's leading that. Moses close behind, and then it's a kind of a big drop off. We got Dr. J, we got Parrish, and all these guys below. We got Bill Lambier and Marquez Johnson and Kevin McHale as the bottom 3. So we might have 3 Celtics, 2 Sixers in the All-Star game, but we'll see how that goes. Let's look at our actual participants. So Isaiah, this is the East. Isaiah, Sidney, Bird, Moses, Irving, Otis Birdsong, World Be Free, Parrish is here, Bernard King, Dominique Wilkins, Jeff Rulin, Reggie Theus on that Chicago Bulls team that wasn't looking so hot. That is our full Eastern Conference. West, we've got Magic, we got George Gervin, Kareem, Mark Aguirre, Jack Sikma, Alex English, Gus Williams, Ralph Sampson, Kiki, Joe Barry Carroll, Terry Cummings, and then Walter Davis. Our other events, Dominique Clyde. I don't know too much about Daryl Griffith. Does he have... Yeah, okay, look at driving dunk. It seems like he should be here. Again, I'm not too familiar on his game, so my apologies. Tom Chambers, same as well. Let's see. Driving dunk 90, standing dunk 85. So we got a big man in there with those kind of wings / guards. 3-point contest. He's shooting 75%. He's 3 for 4. It's kind of funny. I mean, I know the 3-point contest was a thing, but it's just kind of funny how it's like, if you've made 3, like Larry Bird should be in here, if we're being honest. Larry Bird should be in this. He won 3 of them in a row, but he probably has been taking some, and his percentage isn't as good as 66%. Like, I don't even know if this guy's a real person. It seems like he is. And he was not a three-point shooter. Although actually, um, maybe I stand corrected. Let's see. Okay, he was good for the time, I will say. Um, Rookies, I mean, again, there are your rookies. The big names, obviously, Clyde and Ralph Sampson. Our sophomores, Sleepy Floyd, Dominique Wilkins, to kind of line them out. We can simulate through date. We are going to, so sophomores win 105 to 100. Ralph Sampson had a pretty good game, but it seems like Sleepy Floyd was probably the MVP of that, even though Fat Lever, 15, 6, and 4 steals, but it's probably Sleepy. Kiki won the 3-point contest, and Dominique Wilkins, sophomore year player, won the dunk contest. So the East beat the West. Mark Aguirre tried. Oh, but Isaiah Moses Malone kind of did their thing. Kind of did their thing. We're not going to look at stats. We're going to look at stats at the end of the season. So I will come back when we have our award winner. All right, we are at our last game of the season. Let's see who our award winners are for the first season. Magic Johnson. I will move so you guys can see this for now. 19, 9, and 13 for MVP for the first season of the KBA. Excuse me. We've got Ralph Sampson, the first rookie. This is big. These are the first winners of the KBA. So this is big. Again, all of NBA history up until this point is here, but the KBA is starting now. You know how there was the ABA, now we're the KBA. We have taken over from the NBA. Sixth man of the year goes to Kevin McHale. Mark Eaton, defensive player of the year, averaging 5 points, but that's not what that's for. 10 rebounds, half a steal, 3 blocks. Most improved player goes to Thompson. Good for you. Let's see. Did you really improve? You did. Yep. Yeah, you did. Although per 36, you actually probably got a little worse, but it's all right. We'll give it to you. Coach of the year, the Lakers won 72 games. 72 games. It's funny, it's the Red Auerbach trophy for the 2012-2013 Coach of the Year, but obviously where you aren't there. Executive of the Year goes to the Boston Celtics, who were 63 and 19. Let's see what our all NBA teams are. Magic Johnson, we saw his numbers. Isaiah was pretty good there in that season. 21, almost 10. Larry, 26 and 8, 6 assists, 1.5 steals. That's why he wasn't in the 3-point contest. He was 1 for 10 on the year. Okay. Dominique, wow. Look at second. You telling me this didn't win most improved? Look at the efficiency jump. Look at the efficiency jump. Good for Dominique. First team in your second year. Then Moses was a dog. 30 and almost 17. 1.5 blocks, 1 steal. These are the kind of centers I love that are just super dominant on the board. I mean, look at this, man. 15 through his career so far. He's only 29. He's only 29. Second team, Alex English, Gus Williams, Julius Irving, Mark Aguirre, and Jeff Rulin. Oh, they only had 2 all NBA teams. Interesting. Okay. All defensive first team, Sidney Moncrief, Magic, Larry, Julius. We got a lot of stars up here on our first team between Magic, Larry, Dr. J. I mean, even Sidney Moncrief. Moses Malone, second team, Alex English. Rookie teams. How did Clyde perform? 13-4. Okay. Doc Rivers, all rookie first team as well. Yeah, I wonder when do they add an all NBA like the third team? I'm gonna find that out. The answer to that is 1989 is when they add the third team. Let's look at some standings. So Boston, we saw Detroit was about 5 games back. Philly was 3 games back. If you guys don't know, if you won your division, you were. Is it your division? Hold on. Yes. So there's only 2 divisions per conference. So you win your division, you get a higher seed. So that is why Detroit is a second seed, even though their record is not as good as the 76ers. Then we see a pretty big drop off, 52. And then New York rounds out. I mean, although, oh yeah, it is 8 teams to make the playoffs. Winning 30 games and making the playoffs is kind of crazy. But hey, when there's only 11 teams, who knows? But Washington 17-65. Chicago, second worst team out east. We'll see if they can still get their guy or not. Lakers, look at the gap. 17 games back, the next best team. Utah, Phoenix, San Antonio. So San Antonio made the playoffs, even though we saw they were not very good when we checked. Golden State 23 wins, not Sacramento. This is Kansas City 29, Houston 30 wins. So I don't think they're going to end up with Hakeem in this world, but who knows? Let's simulate a couple games. Oh, it's best of 5. You got to remember that as well. It's a lot of things I need to remember as well, but so the Sixers handled the Hawks, no problem. Dr. J averaged 31-9. Moses Malone averaged 30-20. I mean, yeah. Dominique 23 tried. Johnny Davis 22. Wasn't enough. We've got some splits over here, 1-1, 1-1, but we got a lot of 2-0s currently. Let's simulate another game. So New York has been eliminated. Boston advances. Let's sim again. So let's just finish this round, actually, and then we will talk about our series. Again, we are not going to go this deep into we're not going to check, what did Robert Parrish average in the first round? We're not going to do that. Larry, 31, 12, and 7, 2 steals. Mikhail off the bench. I wonder why he's coming off the bench. Who's starting over him? Is it maybe they just have Larry? I don't know. Robert Parrish, 13-13. Let's see. Bernard King, he tried, wasn't enough. Trent Tucker here, Bill Cartwright, pretty convincing. 3-1. Birdsong 21. Buck Williams 10-13. Not a great team. Marquez Johnson, and then Sidney Moncrief's our other guy. 16. Okay. Detroit advances. They had a scare with a Cleveland team that wasn't very good, but Isaiah did his thing. Bill Laimbeer did his thing defensively, I'd assume, since that's kind of what he was known for. World Be Free, what'd you do? You tried 22-4. Not enough, though. That team is very good. Seattle, 25-7-5. Not enough. Kiki, 25-4-4. Just this team, they played good, it looked like, but Gus Williams 21, Tom Chambers 18-8, Jack Sikma 18-12, Fred Brown, yep. David Thompson's on here. Again, he's a young he actually is not that young. He's not very young. He just looks like he might have plateaued a little. Mark Aguirre, 25-6. Clyde in his I don't know if he made the playoffs last year or not, but we're going to say his first playoff series, or no, he's a rookie. Obviously, he didn't. I thought these were 2 years. Sorry. 17-5 in his first playoffs. Pretty good. Phoenix, Walter Davis had a big game to close it out. Adrian Dantley, what'd you do? Wow, Adrian Dantley, 35 of them things. Wasn't enough. Mark Eaton, he averaged 5 blocks in the playoffs. I mean, look at the per 36 in his rookie year. I know this isn't what this is about, and per 36 doesn't mean a ton, but 6.5 blocks a game. But Mark Eaton, you are a 7'4" center, brother, and you are shooting 36%. Now, granted, it is one series, but you're not shooting threes. He's not shooting threes. He's only shot 1 3 in his career. And then George Gervin did not have a good playoffs, but Magic, man, 35, 10, and 8 in a closeout game is big time. James Worthy, 13. Kareem, what'd you do? 23 and 14. Yep. 17 for Wilkes. Good team, man. We're going to kind of simulate through this. I mean, again, if we don't really have too many storylines built up other than, well, it's Boston kind of versus LA sort of in a way, but when we get storylines, we will make it a little bit more dramatic, if you will. Moses Malone, man, 41-22 in a closeout game is huge, man. Isaiah, 15-13, didn't do enough scoring. I mean, all around game. I mean, the rebounding between these three, like it's probably insane. I mean, the playoffs, Larry's at 11, McHale's at 10 off the bench. He would be at 13-ish, and Parrish is 12. We've got so this was a good team. The Supersonics were a good team, but we know who the Lakers are, and then obviously we've got the Celtics. So they're starting Cedric Maxwell instead of Kevin McHale. I assume that 2K has the don't start Kevin McHale thing on. And if that is true, we are making our first change here because it is the playoffs, and Kevin McHale is a guy that, yeah, he should be starting. He won Rookie of the Year, but come on, it's playoff time. Let's be a little serious here, 2K. So, I mean, that makes that team better as well. I will simulate through game because Philly's a good team, so they might give Boston a run for their money. And they are. Moses Malone is dogging, man. He is going crazy in these playoffs. Well, Boston comes back. Moses still had a good game. Dr. J as well, but we got a lot of production from a lot of different people. So Supersonics eliminated. Okay, Boston goes up 3-2. Big game. That's a big game to win. It's a bad game to lose. Moses Malone fouled out in 21 minutes. That's rough. Julius Erving fouled out in 17 minutes. I mean, look at these fouls, man. How many 36 fouls? 28? That's a lot of fouls. Let's simulate. Is Boston going to close it out? And they do. All right. We have our first finals appearance of the KBA. Put in the comments below. Who do you have winning this first NBA KBA season? Um, I mean, Magic wins the point guard battle. Dennis Johnson, Larry, and McHale win 2 through 4. Kareem's got Parrish, but Kareem's an old guy, so let's see what goes on. Let's sim with Simcast. If we can jump into any of these final games and watch, not play, I am not playing in this, and to watch, then we will. It's the NBA Finals. It's a big deal. Not this game, though. Every season, we will not be going, again, this in depth, and we will also not be only doing one season, because if I'm not making, I'm probably not making 42 episodes on this series. So we might do 2, we might do 3, we might do sometimes 4 in a year, which means we're going to have to speed it up because we're currently at the 36-minute mark and we are just through 1 year. But again, this is the first season. I'm kind of telling you how things will go. You guys will get episodes pretty constantly for this. Larry Bird fouled out in 18 minutes. That's probably what lost them the game. All right. Finals MVP as of right now. Ooh, what stat line do you guys prefer? 34-8? Or do you want the 22-1, 12, 16, and 4 steals and 2 blocks game where the stat sheet stuffer? I don't know. Let's simulate game 2. Closer game. Lakers take it again, though. Kareem probably is the front runner for Finals MVP currently. Magic didn't have as great of a game, and Kareem fouled out. We got more foul outs. Dennis Johnson fouling out. Bird can't get any help. Oh man. Kevin McHale 31-9, Bird 21-7. But look at these foul outs. Robert Parrish, Quinn Buckner, Kareem. Okay, I would say Kareem is probably still front runner for Finals MVP. But man, these foul outs. So I don't know why teams are fouling so much. Are the Lakers going to sweep the NBA Finals? Or is Boston going to give us something to watch, something to fight against? It's sort of close. If Boston scores, I would say we would jump in. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to do it. The first NBA champion, KBA. I keep doing that. I'm probably going to keep messing that up. The Los Angeles Lakers. Look at the fouling. Kevin McHale fouled out. Where's Larry at? 10 points, Larry. 10 points? That is not what they needed from you in an elimination game. Kareem is probably Finals MVP. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I've seen a lot of high assist games, and Magic's been super efficient, but who gets Finals MVP? It is Magic Johnson, who averaged 20.8, 6 rebounds, 14 assists, 2 steals, and look at the efficiency. Almost 70%. There is our first KBA season. And at the start of next episode, we will go through our first free agency. And you guys will most likely be getting an episode of this every morning, as well as whatever other, like reactions I'm doing to NBA in real life, the playoffs. I will make other content too that's not 2K. I'm not shifting everything I'm doing, but we're just starting something different here. And I thought this would be a good way to kind of do it. And if any of you guys are asking, I did start the Wizard series. If you notice, I took down all the videos. I messed up. I messed up that save file. I messed up that series pretty bad. So that series will not be coming back. Just because again I messed some things up, and it was things I couldn't go back to fix. I missed some like trade deadline stuff. I missed some rules and retirements that just wasn't great. So I took off all the videos from my channel. You guys won't be able to watch those anymore, but this is why we're starting something new here. We're starting the KBA, and I thought this would be a little bit more enjoyable for everybody because I'm not just putting all my effort into the Washington Wizard fans. I'm putting it the NBA reset. We'll see how it goes, and we're rewriting history. So again, come back for the next episode in the morning. This episode will not come out in the morning time. It'll come out late, but that just shows you will get the second episode again the next morning, like I said. But this was the first episode. Make sure you share this with people so that they can watch. So a lot of people can watch the KBA grow up and, finish through. Make sure you comment. I will listen to if you guys have trade ideas for teams that might be bad next year or in a couple years. I will 100% look at them, listen to them, and maybe even incorporate them if I think that they are good, or I'll tweak them myself to make them fit even more. But I am all ears for if you guys have any suggestions. But thank you for watching. Make sure you guys come back. You'll get a new episode every morning.